and welcome to another brand new episode of Colors of India. I'm Teena Jha with all the latest this week in the city from the world of culture, art and crafts. Our lead story this week is a classical tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, an integration of the cultural richness of South Asia and a taste of the Caribbean. Just days before the nation celebrates Gandhi Jayanti, noted Bharatnatyam dancer Geeta Chandran rekindled the most potent ideologies of the Mahatma through her very contemporary piece, Gandhi, Warp and Weft. Take a look.
Gandhian philosophy depicted through the movements of Bharatnatyam. Geeta Chandran's dance theatre weaves a tapestry of ideas and concepts. Abstract themes that she brings to life through movements that are rare by turns. Soft, subtle and energetic. Her performance, titled Gandhi, Warp and Weft, explores the Gandhian tenets of religious tolerance, celibacy, satyagraha, ahimsa, caste politics and khadi.
It has to be a felt experience, it has to touch you somewhere. That's the idea of art, isn't it? To make you think, to make you feel, to make you, I think at least take back something which you might ponder over for at least a few hours, if not anything else.
In Geeta's dance, the six ideas flow closely from one into the other. She starts with the religious tolerance, using symbols and the many sounds that represent various religions. She treats the next concept, celibacy, and Gandhi's self-restraint with utmost refinement. Satyagraha and ahimsa are evoked with strong body gestures intended to bring out the intrinsic power in these words.
It was a brilliant and pure expression. It is not easy to describe or define the refinement of Gandhi and how this was done in such a subtle way, such a sophisticated way.
The fifth ideology of caste politics comes through in a gripping fusion of different audio clips, expressing the misery of the victims.
It's a dirty picture.
Fusing both classical Bharatnatyam along with contemporary moves, Geeta's repertoire was a narrative of physical gestures displaying these ideas. Using evocative soundscapes collected by Pratik Biswas, the production has both traditional Carnatic inputs and modern contemporary sounds.
This is something which is very apt for today's day and age, especially when we're all forgetting the philosophy, the Gandhian's philosophy, and it's nice that Geeta, somebody who is so perfect with her performance, has sort of brought it back to all of us.
The final concept is khadi, a soul-stirring expression that struck an immediate chord with the audience. A string of thread acts as a strong metaphor to express Gandhi's urge for ecological sustainability and balance. The thread also acts as the last item that the body touches.
A very profound picturization of the Gandhian philosophy. The act stands out both in terms of being inventive and highly evocative in a very contemporary way to reinstill the forgotten values of the Mahatma in our minds. Indeed, a choreographic tribute to the father of the nation. Well, moving on to another story. Timeless and universal. Music is probably the best way to connect. So as Mexico celebrates its 203rd anniversary, what else could be a better way to tune into the festivities than to do it with some lively music?
Passionate and peppy, that's the music of Mexico. On the occasion of their 203rd anniversary, Delhi was treated to a musical celebration with My Beloved Mexico. Organized by the ICCR along with the Embassy of Mexico. Presenting songs of friendship and love, the concert saw the coming together of famous Mexican artists like Adriana Landeros on the vocals, Antonio Lopez on the guitar, and Ernesto Anaya on the violin.
India is a very faraway country from our own Mexico, and the culture is very different. So we tried to think what would be the easier kind of music that people from that culture could understand a little, or could open the door for them to get into our own culture through the music.
Opening with a very famous Mexican number, their song expressed the true freedom feeling. The song meaning Little Darling was about the joy of singing together and being merry, a marvelous start indeed.
They did such a beautiful, beautiful job. So how great that they could come all the way to India to perform for us. What a wonderful idea. And, you know, music unites people. So when you have one part of the world uniting with another part of the world through music, there's nothing better.
The trio gradually turned the evening into a riot of rhythms where the perky music made the audience get up and dance. They brought in a touch of their traditional music with a regional song where they maintained the old European style.
Nowadays, we have in Mexico and in the whole world this stream is called world music. You can be in Mexico listening some kind of mariachi music with electronic or with these new streams like trance music or lounge music.
They also treated the audience to some fascinating mariachi music, one of the exquisite folk flavors of Mexico.
Songs of love and friendship. Now that concert was quite a celebration. Time for us to head into a quick break. Some more interesting events on the other side. Stay with us.
Coming up next, Dastkar South Asian Bazaar and delightful Caribbean cuisine.
Welcome back. When we talk of traditional crafts, the Dastkar Bazaar offers simply the best by bringing craftspeople together on one big platform. This time, we bring you a glimpse of their South Asian Bazaar.
the colors, crafts and the culture of South Asia. All showcased at the Dastkar Bazaar in an effort to financially uplift the people who create them. This is where artisans from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Nepal and Bhutan put up their creations in a seamless display of shared traditions that stretch across borders.
We have to promote all of them because that is how we can sort of help each country's export growth. And I think it's time that we realize how important the artisan's work is and how it can really project across the border and in different parts of the world something beautiful.
Indian crafts are represented in all their dazzling variety. The embroidery from Rajasthan drawing attention to its colourful array of intricacy. Embroidered skirts, pillows and jackets with exquisite ari work, each telling a story of painstaking creation. The ari embroidery is very delicate where the cloth is stretched using a holder. The thread is put on the tip of a pen-like needle. Deft hands pass through the cloth, giving it an unbroken chain-like impression. A single piece of this work takes up to 3 days. From the clothes I move on to clay. The blue pottery comes from Uttar Pradesh. It's a technique that has come down to us from the Mongols. The style has shades of Chinese and Persian art. The various experiments with colors on these ceramic vessels give buyers different options, making them a must-buy item.
It's really not just about borders or nation states, but about people who live in them. And while there may be a lot of lines and borders and there might be a lot of issues around those little lines, but when it really comes to looking into somebody's eyes or holding their hand, or sharing a smile, it just lubricates the relationship.
From Pakistan, we have a variety of crafts and craftsmen. A range of embroidery styles like Ajrak and the Gabba with its broad stitch patterns. Lamps, jutis and little keychains made of camel leather glow with the delicate nakashi. One of the more fascinating attractions is the work of the women artisans from Sindh who have braved a hostile male-dominated milieu to express their talent. The onyx carvings are a unique and a rare craft in which every entity is carved out of a single piece of rock.
It's a very positive step to integrate mix the culture and skills of the artisans of these SAARC countries. Basically, it's a SAARC countries event. So I think these initiatives should be taken on a regular basis, and this should be made an event on annual basis so that we can participate.
Afghanistan is the land of Pashtuns. Even here we find stone carvings of white marble, but the most sought after item is the Afghani jewellery. Metallic and rustic, the jewellery in shades of turquoise, blue and silver glistened and demanded my attention. And what is Afghanistan without its royal hand-woven carpets that radiate warmth of their own?
It's a good exposure for a normal person. You don't have to travel to Bhutan or Nepal for their stuff and meet these people, learn about their culture, see their, their handicrafts. So this is a very good initiative. In fact, wherever we get an opportunity, we definitely visit such places.
From Bangladesh, the artisans brought their famous indigo printed cloths. Whereas from Nepal, they introduced us to the many varieties of handloom cotton. From Bhutan came a set of soft cloth materials and also colourful bamboo baskets that are used to carry lunch.
मुझे तकरीबन 9 साल हो गए इंडिया में आते हुए और ये आप लोगों का प्यार ही है जो मुझे खींच के लेके आता है। सबसे बड़ा अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि एक रीज़नेबल प्राइस में मैंने रखा है जो मालूम है एक आम बंदा भी इसको अफोर्ड कर सके। ज़रूरी नहीं है कि एक मर्सिडीज़ वाला जो है वो बंदूक खान खाए। हम ये चाहते हैं कि साइकिल रिक्शा चलाने वाला भी बंदूक खान खा के टेस्ट करे।
The extravagant display is not limited to just sights and crafts. There is plenty to tickle the taste buds as well. Food that not only looks mouth-watering and exotic but smells delicious too. From Pakistan we have the famous Bundu Khan serving his generous and delicious non-vegetarian assortments. There's also the spicy Rajasthani chaat and much more. Different people, separated by countries and borders, all brought together by their craft, and all in one big cultural carnival.
Interesting, isn't it? To see how 7 nations can come together and share the same space. Certainly a memorable event. Time now for us to head into another quick break. When we come back, we take you to a Caribbean food trail. Stay with us.
Coming up on Food Trail, we go all Caribbean.
The diversity of cuisines is sometimes unimaginable, and when a pinch of culture is added to it, it makes the food all the more interesting. This time on Food Trail, we take you on an exploration into the Rastafari cuisine through culture and music.
Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. This time we're on an island expedition uncovering the flavors of the Caribbean here in Hauz Khas' Raasta. So join me.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy.
Rasta, a name that is derived from the African religious belief Rastafari,
Make it double, don't worry,
that originated in Jamaica during 1930s.
don't worry, be happy now.
It soon received global recognition following the spread of reggae music. This genre of music started in the Jamaican islands between the 1960s and 70s. A style adopted by the legendary Bob Marley and Jimi Hendrix, who could be found peeping through glass frames and reggae doodles all over the place, still giving out the message of love and peace.
When we thought that we should open something, then we did a market research and everything, and there was not even a single official reggae bar in the country, not only Delhi but in the country. So we thought that let's go and let's just go on this front and open something more reggae related, because the vibe of this music and the vibe of the culture is like that. It's a very relaxed, laid back kind of a scene where you can just come, chill, relax, have a couple of drinks, have something to eat and just unwind after a hard day's work. Yeah?
Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry.
The red, green and the yellow. These Rastafarian colors could be found splashed all over the decor of the place. All this brought in a bit of Jamaica to Delhi. And topping it all up was their generous offerings of Caribbean cuisine, the ultimate attraction for all foodies.
Caribbean cuisine is a blend of 28 or 30 countries that surrounds the Caribbean Sea. And those countries are mostly inhabited by either Indians, Chinese, either slaves or have been slaved by Europeans. So they have got a very strong influence of Indian, Chinese and European cuisine. It's a blend of that. So we use in Caribbean cuisine a lot of Indian spices. Suppose turmeric, cucumber, all those things have been used very readily. And this so is the case with the Chinese. Soya sauce is used a lot in these cuisines. So the cooking of technique is European most of the time.
Food obviously it's good, but the basic thing about this place is the connectivity. It connects to the people. It actually goes inside and it tells you there are a lot of places around the city, but this is something that actually touches you inside and tells you how you actually can have a good life and enjoy and pretty good music.
The platters brought in the authentic flavors of the Caribbean. Up first, I splurged in the all-spiced salmon and sole skewer, served with sour creme or tartar sauce. Separated with tiny little cherry tomatoes, the dish was a sure delight.
Saying give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let them all pass all their dirty remarks.
Now this is the salmon and sole skewer that I just had. The salmon is very tender, I must say, and I've been told that they add a Caribbean spice which is very similar to the Indian version of our garam masala, which is called the allspice. So it's mildly spicy and yet very sweet as because of the salmon.
What about a one heart? What about let's get together and
The Cuban jalapeno cigarettes was an invention in itself. Cylindrical shapes filled with cheese, bell peppers, jalapenos and cilantro, served with a hot dip, a fine dish bringing forth the spicy side of Caribbean cuisine.
together and feel alright. One more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. So when the man comes, there will.
Now this is the Cuban jalapeno cigarettes. These are filled with a spicy cheese called machego, and it's very peppery. And the sauce over here, which is served along with the dish, is really spicy as well. So it's again a flavor, a riot of flavors over here. But then, if you're not a spicy person, you won't like it. But then, of course, it's again very, very tasty. Heading into the main course, I was served the Jamaican jerk chicken, which was quite a plateful serving for a single person. The robust dish offered a chicken thigh and breast marinated in the Jamaican jerk spices, served along with thick flavoursome gravy made with the residue of the chicken. The banana fritters served along the chicken just made it tropical. Absolutely amazing this dish is. Now this is the Jamaican jerk chicken that I'm having. It is served with this very thick gravy which you're supposed to put it on the chicken, and the mixture of this gravy and the chicken, they just make the entire dish very mouth-watering indeed. And finally, the crown jewel, hot chocolate souffle made with the finest cocoa. These beans are an important ingredient found in abundance in the Caribbean regions. So what can be a more apt dessert to conclude with other than chocolate? This hot chocolate souffle is a must have if you're coming to Raasta. This is a dish that you can live on your entire life, trust me. And as you cut right through it, there's this oozing chocolate river that flows out, and of course to top it all off, there's this cool little ice cream dipping that you have, and combining both of them, it is just yummy. As one of the first ever reggae style restaurants in the capital, Raasta was quite a delight, offering everything that you could possibly want. Relaxation, good music, and of course, great food.
That was an amazing variety over there, and also the reggae ambience was very relaxing. With that, it's a wrap up on this edition of Colors of India. Keep sending us your feedback and suggestions onto our Facebook page. We'll see you same time next week with another exciting episode. Till then, goodbye and take care.